Shalom, it's the brother Yahweh Shabbat coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh. By Hashem Kakwarash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well in these scriptures. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm going to get a couple of videos, Akim, showing like different chariots, and I'm going to just go through, and spend a couple of minutes getting videos of different chariot sightings, and then I'm going to get a couple of scriptures, man. Lord willing, this is edifying.
I don't know what that is. That is some weird. That's a pilot.
It's a TMZ report of some. Let's see this one right here.
Leadership.
See if I can skip to the footage. No, so that chariot actually looked like a kind of like a triangle. Those that we just saw in the TMZ report, those kind of look like
several years later,
kind of look like disc, if you will. You had some of one of the prophets, I believe it might have been Zechariah, described a flying roll. You know what I'm saying? So there's different types of chariots out there. Hey man, and these chariots have been popping up, as you can see. Let me go back to YouTube real quick. So this is back in 2019, July 2019, but they didn't release it until like 2021. And this right here goes into how it was like 14 so-called UFOs swarming a U.S. Navy ship off the coast of San Diego. Like I had did a lesson earlier, hey man, the chariots are going to make war with Esau, man. Esau's going to try to make war with Yahweh Shai and the chariots, but they going to lose, man. The scriptures speak about these things. Like I say, man, you see different types of chariots. Like every brother don't see chariots. You know what I'm saying? Brothers we should, pray that, hey, the Lord open, the other Akim's eyes to this. Because the chariots are always around, man, whether you know it or not. Sometimes they reveal themselves more to certain brothers on, it is what it is. Me personally, though, man, I see chariots like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially in my coming and going, especially when I'm going to or leaving from camp. I don't got a car right now. I'm riding my bike or whatever. I'll be on my way home, man, and it be chariots accompanying me home. So some brothers see them more than others. I happen to have seen, when I found out what they were, I realized that I've been seeing chariots, pretty much my whole life. You know what I'm saying? As far back as I could remember. But, enough of that. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of precepts, man. Because it's different types of chariots, man. Not all of them, they don't all look the same. And that's what's so amazing about them. It's Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. Yeah, so it's, thousands of different chariots. They not one of them, they don't look the same, So man, hey, when the chariots do make their appearance, when Yahweh Shai does come on that fathership, man, it's gonna be something like Esau's movies ain't even gonna be able to come close to what we gonna see. But it's different types of chariots, man. That's why when you see these UFO sightings being reported, hey, brothers see fleets of chariots sometimes. Sometimes, they ain't, they ain't all the same, man. And the scriptures tell us that, but while I'm at it, I want to get on that war in heaven. I want to pull that. That's prophecy, and that's gonna happen. This is Revelations 12 and 7. Salakia, Revelation 12 and 7. And there was a war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought in his angels. So the dragon represents Esau, Edom, and his angels represents his space force. That war in heaven, man, is prophesied here. This is 2nd Ezra 13, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. The thousands of heaven represents those chariots. Remember Psalm 68 and 17. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. This is talking about Yahweh Shai appearing on that fathership, man, because it ain't a mothership. Esau feminizes everything. It says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. This is talking about Yahweh Shai letting that laser energy out of the chariot, man. Which a laser technology comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The law, statutes, and commandments. I believe they were written by the fire of the chariot, man. That Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh that Yahweh came on. Which I had to get precepts for that. That's a whole nother lesson. Lord willing, tomorrow I'll be able to get into that, man. Actually, Lord willing, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai put the spirit on me to, elaborate on that. But I'm gonna keep reading. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So, Esau, these other nations with their space military, their space force, hey, they're going to try to come against Yahweh Shai and the holy angels, man. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. It's talking about the huge chariot that Yahweh Shai going to be on, man. It says, but I would have seen the reason or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So, amen, Esau and the other nations coming up against Yahweh Shai and trying to actually fight against him is prophesied, and they gonna do it even though they scared to. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war. But I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. It's talking about the fire that's going to come out of the chariot. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. So that upon a sudden, of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So, you got to think about, hey, man, these different movies that depict how some aliens are going to come and, which it ain't going to be aliens. It's going to be the holy angels, man, who look like so-called black men, being led by Yahweh Shai, the ultimate Judite man, So, you know, Esau depicts these things in his movies and things like that, but it's gonna come to pass in a real life form, man, in a real life fashion, very, very soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. Hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. Until the next lesson, I say shalom.